Everyone had been invited. The simplest way to keep them all in the loop was the wedding group chat we'd set up months before. It began as a cheerful space for planning, sharing updates, and building excitement for what was supposed to be the happiest day of our lives. But now it was about to serve a very different purpose. All day I played my part perfectly. I sent Susan sweet messages, listened as she rambled about last-minute wedding details, and smiled like nothing had changed. She had no clue that every second she thought she was safe, I was setting the stage for a moment she would never forget. The night before I finalized my plan. I quietly added more people to the chat. Her parents, my parents, several of her co-workers, even her boss. By morning, she was still asleep beside me, peaceful, unaware of the storm headed her way. At exactly 7 a.m. I hit send. My message was short, devastatingly clear. Wedding cancelled. Cheater alert. Hey everyone, just letting you know the wedding is officially cancelled. Turns out my fiancée wasn't going to bed early last night. She was at a club, lying to my face while wrapped around another guy. Thanks to a Snapchat sent to me by accident. I know this wasn't the first time. For those who need proof, here's the picture. I wish Susan the best, but I won't be marrying a cheater. I set my phone down. Within 2 minutes, the group chat exploded. Her mother was first. Susan, what is he talking about? Then her father. Tell me this isn't true. My best man just typed. Holy. One of her friends instantly left the group. Calls started rolling in, my phone buzzing non-stop. I ignored them all. Next to me, Susan stirred as her phone lit up again and again, dragging her out of sleep. She groaned, grabbed it, and screamed when she saw the screen. She bolted upright, panicked. What did you do? She shrieked. I calmly sipped my coffee. Oh, just letting everyone know the wedding's off. Her hands shook as she scrolled, then she glared at me. You posted that in the group chat. I raised a brow. Well, you said I was overreacting. Just thought everyone else should weigh in. Her face drained of color. She answered a call from her mother, stammering, Mom, I can explain. But the line went dead. Hung up on by her own mother. She scrambled out of bed, wild-eyed, trying to grab my phone. Delete it now. Pulled it away. No, she was breathing hard. You ruined me. Do you have any idea what you just did? My parents are going to kill me. Shrugged. Should have thought of that before lying to me. My phone rang again, her father. Robert, is this real? I stayed silent. Pause was heavy. Finally he said, voice low with disappointment, I'm so sorry you had to go through this. Then he hung up. Susan dropped onto the bed, staring blankly. No crying, no yelling, just shock. She knew this was beyond repair. She knew she had detonated her own life. I stretched and said, You should probably start answering those calls. Trembling, she played a voicemail from her mother on speaker. Her voice was sharp enough to cut glass. Susan, what the hell have you done? Robert called off the wedding because of this. Tell me it's a mistake. Your father is furious. This is humiliating. Do you even realize how this makes us look? Susan's grip tightened until her knuckles turned white. For once, she had nothing to say. And that group chat. That was only the beginning. By the time I checked my phone again, the news had spread. Friends were texting me. Some shocked, some disgusted, some admitting they'd suspected but never told me. Susan, meanwhile, was being shredded online. On Facebook, someone had already screenshotted my message. Caption. Imagine ruining your entire wedding for a random guy at Club Wild. The comments were brutal. Did she think he wouldn't find out? This is secondhand embarrassing. Prayers for Susan's parents. In less than an hour, she'd gone from bride-to-be to public joke. And I'd never felt lighter. She finally snapped, grabbing my arm. Okay, Robert, you made your point. You got your revenge. But can we fix this? I looked at her. Fix what? She waved her hands desperately. The wedding, the group chat, the post. You have to tell them it was a misunderstanding. I laughed out loud. A misunderstanding. You lied to my face while pressed against another guy. What did I misunderstand? Her jaw clenched. Rob, people are overreacting. We can talk this through. I tilted my head. Oh, now you want to talk. She froze because she knew. Yesterday she had dismissed me, mocked my feelings, called me dramatic. Now that she was the one suffering, suddenly she wanted a conversation. I shook my head. Susan, I don't think about you at all. I grabbed my keys and walked out. That same day I moved out. Took my things, left her to clean up the ruins she had built. And she lost everything. Her parents cut her off. Half her friends stopped speaking to her. Her boss found out and treated her like dirt. The venue refused a refund. And since my name was on the lease, she had 30 days to move out. She went from planning a dream wedding to having no fiancé, no home, and no way to spin the disaster. A week later my phone buzzed. Text from Susan. I messed up. Miss you. Can we talk? I stared at it, then deleted it. I used to be sure Susan was the one. 4 years together, engaged for 6 months. I thought I'd found my person. I wasn't naive. I knew her well. Susan was vibrant, flirty, and loved attention. It was part of her glow what pulled people in. Maybe deep down I suspected she liked the attention of other men, but she always said the same thing. Babe, I'd never actually cheat on you. Love you. I believed her. Until one night that proved I was just another fool. That Friday I came home wiped out from work, craving nothing but a quiet night on the couch. Susan had complained all week about being tired and said she wanted a self-care evening. When I stepped into the kitchen she was taking off her earrings, stretching and yawning with theatrical exhaustion. Ugh, I'm so exhausted. I think I'll shower and go to bed early. Smiled. You deserve it. Want some tea? Nah, she murmured, kissing my cheek. I'll be asleep in 10 minutes. She went into the bedroom and shut the door. That was it, casual final. I grabbed a beer, flipped on Netflix, and didn't give it a second thought. Not until my phone buzzed. A Snapchat from Emily, one of Susan's friends, showed up. Emily and I barely knew each other, so I almost ignored it. Then curiosity won. I opened the video and a chill ran through me. Loud music, strobe lights, a full nightclub, Susan's friends laughing and dancing. And there, in the middle of the crowd, Susan, not at home, not in bed, pressed against a man, laughing, holding his face, whispering into his ear. She looked too at ease, too close. The clip ended but my hand stayed frozen, my stomach dropping. I stared at the screen for a long moment, trying to process it. Finally I texted her. Hey, you still up? Her reply was instant. Hey babe, no. I'm already in bed. Why? I almost laughed at how effortlessly she lied. No hesitation, no shame, straight to my face. That's when it hit me. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't a one-off. Susan knew what she was doing. She thought she'd never be caught. She thought I was an idiot. In that moment I decided to make her pay. I could have confronted her then, sent the Snapchat, demanded answers, but I didn't. If she could lie that easily, maybe this wasn't the first time. So I started looking. What I found made my stomach twist. Susan lived on social media. Selfies, group photos, dinners, late-night parties. As I scrolled, a pattern emerged. One guy kept showing up, the same man from the Snapchat. He was at her friend's birthday in a festival group shot, laughing beside her in a bar photo months earlier. The comments weren't simple compliments. They were inside jokes. Best night ever. You still owe me for that dare. Shut up. Another friend. Can't believe she actually did it. Conic. I didn't know what the dare was, but I had a guess. Then I checked our phone bill. Sharing the same plan let me see calls and texts. There it was, his number. Long late-night calls, texts nearly every day. A pattern stretching back over a year. This wasn't a fling or a drunken mistake. This had been going on quietly for a long time. And she had been careful until she wasn't. The next morning I woke before her. I hadn't slept. I lay there watching her, thinking about all those nights I trusted her and fell asleep alone. Now I had to sit across from her pretending I didn't already know. She stretched and smiled. Morning, babe. I swallowed down the anger. Hey, sleep well. She rubbed her eyes. Yeah, out like a light. I watched her, and she had no clue that I knew. Calmly I grabbed my phone, scrolled, and asked, "Hey, weren't you supposed to stay last night?" Her face didn't twitch. Yeah, I did. I just went to bed early. No flinch, no crack. I pulled up the Snapchat and showed it to her. For a moment she went white. Real fear. Then she recovered and laughed it off. "Oh my God, you're being dramatic," she said. "It was a game. Rob, we were playing. Play dares. It wasn't serious." My blood boiled. Game. Lie to my face as part of the game too. She rubbed her temples, annoyed. "You're making this bigger than it is. I didn't sleep with anyone. We were just having fun." She sounded untethered. Not remorseful, just irritated I'd found out. I knew then exactly what I had to do. Yelling would make it about my reaction, which was what she wanted. So I did the opposite. I took a breath and said, "You're right. I overreacted." She blinked, surprised. "Wait, what? It was just a game, right? No big deal." I let her relax. She actually believed I might let it slide. And that's when I made the real choice. I wouldn't quietly leave. I would humiliate her. The moment she walked out of the house, I sent one message to everyone. Her friends, her family, my family. Wedding cancelled. Cheater alert. Then I left. When Susan came home and saw what I'd done, it was already too late. Her phone exploded with calls and messages. Even her mother was ringing me. Susan had truly thought she'd gotten away with it. She assumed her explanation would smooth everything over. There was no apology, no guilt, just a shrug as if it didn't matter. That made the whole thing feel sweeter. While she laughed with friends, texting like everything was normal, I quietly set things in motion for what would be the most humiliating blow to her carefully curated life. Susan and I had planned a large wedding. Not a small ceremony, but a full event with over 100 guests. A beautiful venue, a dress already booked, catering paid, both families, friends, co-workers.